In 2023, it is easier than ever to become a tattoo artist. But before you consider becoming one, there are 3 things you must know. We're gonna go over them in this video. Sit in the line for about 15 minutes, and then I get my Chipotle, and I get the same thing every time. And I'll be the first to admit, I am a bit of a pansy when it comes to spicy things, but I've never tapped out on a Chipotle bowl, especially when all I get is the mild. And there was a seed somewhere in this bowl, and I don't know what it was, because it wasn't a jalapeno. My mouth was on fire for literally like 5 minutes. I was chugging my gallon of water. I feel very hydrated right now in an attempt to stop my mouth from feeling like it's just burning. I kind of got PTSD from the corn, so I don't think I'm ever going to be getting corn again in my Chipotle bowl. The first thing y'all should know if you're considering getting into tattooing as a career is that this is a commission-based only job. So that means there is no hourly wage. You do not make money for showing up. You lose money by showing up, as long as you drove your car and spent money to get the gas in your car. So automatically you take a loss every day you show up to work. Now, because it's commission-based, you get paid by the job. So each tattoo that we put out, we get paid for it by the client. So if you show up to work and you tattoo 0 people, you make $0. There are obviously positives and negatives to being on a commission-only based job. The main positive is that there's no ceiling. You can literally make as much money as you want. Now the downside is if you're new and you're slow and you're still trying to build your clientele up, you are going to struggle making money. So if your shop is not super busy with walk-ins and you're jumping into this brand new and you don't have a clientele, make sure y'all have enough money saved up, because the first few months are gonna be rough. So I was about to head out for the gym and I realized all my gym clothes are in the laundry. Thankfully I already washed them, so I just gotta put them in the dryer. Gotta wait about an hour and then I can hit the gym. Number 2 is going to be the actual pay structure. So we've talked about how there's no hourly wage for a tattoo artist, everything is commission based, but it goes deeper into that because the pay structure is very unconventional. It's a lot different than other jobs. So even when the client pays you what you charge them for the tattoo, you don't get to keep everything the client gives you. The way most tattoo shops operate is a percentage structure. So most commonly when you start out as an apprentice, you start out at 50%. So 50% of your profit goes to you, the other 50% goes to the shop. So if you charge $200 for a tattoo and they tip you 20 bucks, you keep your 100, you give the other 100 to the shop, and then you keep your $20 tip. So you come home with 120 bucks out of your $200 tattoo. Now, one thing to also keep in mind is this money is not yet taxed. So you're already starting off as an apprentice making half of what you charge. But on top of that, you're paying probably about 30 to 40% in tax. So you might only walk away with $60 to $70 of your $200 tattoo. The second option is booth rental. So the big perk about booth rental is you just pay money up front, and then the rest of the month, whatever you charge for the tattoo, you keep. So it's important to figure out what works best for you. If you don't have a huge clientele, definitely just get on a percentage, because that way you don't pay rent, and then if you have a really slow month, you're hurting. You only pay every time you make money. So that's the best way to start out. But once you build up your clientele, you definitely want to get on shop rent, unless you're getting a crazy high percentage like 70-30, which is very rare. And even then, it's not really worth it compared to booth rental, depending on the city you're located in. Just finished up the workout. Still about 14 to 1500 calories shy of where I need to be to end the day. So I'm gonna make some pasta and eat that. But this week has been absolutely crazy. I've booked 3 full day sessions and they've all showed up. Tomorrow is the final full day session and it's a big floral piece. So this week has been super exciting. I've had big appointments, small appointments, ranging from fine line tattoos to black and gray, lady faces. So I've had an absolute blast at the shop this week. So how far back do you want it to go? We've got the stencil on. It's basically just a big rose with some butterflies and some leaves. So it should take me probably 5 to 6 hours. I'm thinking the majority of the work is gonna be in the rose. That's where all the detail is. And then the leaves and the butterflies are just supporting details. So I'm very excited for this piece. I think it's gonna turn out absolutely phenomenal. And it's a big opportunity for me to continue to work on roses, because if you can tattoo a black and gray rose, you can pretty much tattoo anything. And I've gotten to do a few roses before, and every time I do a rose they just get better than the last one. So very excited to see how this one turns out.
Lights out, I'm your favorite. Too many ways, been in your place, there's delays. Add it up, plus sign, zeros on the table. Driving and vibing, bring the bill later. Wanna make it bigger, just a little bit of flavor showing up to my space. I'm a fashion dealer, I'm your biggest bidder. Meet me in the middle, I just don't wanna settle under these lucid dreams. I'm not just a victim.
I haven't eaten at Wawa in a while, and I didn't want to cook when I got home, so I went and got myself a chicken parm sandwich. And if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 10. But speaking of the number 3 is going to be accept the fact that you are now a social media personality. So a lot of people don't realize, especially nowadays in 2023, when you sign up to become a tattoo artist, you are also signing up to a never-ending commitment to social media. Because it's not like back in the day in tattoo shops where social media wasn't as prominent and, you know, everybody's portfolio was in a book and people walked into the shop, looked at the book, and if they liked your work, they got a tattoo by you. Nowadays, everything is online, so you need to make sure your Instagram profile is on point. Whether you want to be on other forms of social media such as TikTok or YouTube, that's up to you, but Instagram is a necessity and you need to be posting consistently, especially at first. When you're first starting out tattooing, just post everything you do. It doesn't matter if it's your best work or your worst work, just post every single piece that you do. And then once you build up your portfolio a bit, you can kind of start being more selective with the kind of pieces that you want to post. So for me personally, since I'm taking the route of black and gray, realistic style tattooing, I really only post the black and gray pieces that I do. I'll occasionally post a cool color piece that I get to do, but for the most part, I cater my portfolio towards what I want people hitting me up for. So this is also very important, because if you are just posting everything and you don't enjoy tattooing everything, people are going to hit you up for everything. But if your portfolio shows that you have a specialty, people are most likely going to hit you up for your specialty, and that just leads to more enjoyment in the tattooing process overall. But anyways, y'all, there you have it. 3 things you must know before you become a tattoo artist. I hope y'all gained some valuable information and enjoyed the vlog. So if you did, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. So besides that, y'all, I will catch y'all in the next video.
Drop the top inside the coupe, look at the view, yeah. 12-inch records on my wall, it's nothing new, yeah. Rolling with my team, that's by the clean, yeah. What would it be, yeah. Got to a bitch that and I don't listen to vinyl, 'cause I